Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi Theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we've got a great one for you today. Somebody was asking about toggling a site from light to dark mode, and we've done this before with a plugin, but I thought I'd create one today. And I've used the awesome ChatGPT, the free version, to do it. So we've got a page here with all the sort of regular little modules on there. I've created a little button. When I click on it, it's going to flip it to dark mode there. And obviously, when you're done, you can flip it back to light mode. Really easy to do. I went over to ChatGPT. I'll put the link down below the video. It's absolutely free. I'm using the free version. And I asked it to write a JS toggle code to switch between the background color of a CSS class on a button click from a white background color to a black background color. And in no time at all, it popped up with this bit of CSS, HTML and JavaScript. So I popped that into my site. I'll just go to the page. And if we roll down, this was the first result here. And it worked. I toggled the background color, but unfortunately we've lost icons and things like that. So I thought, well, let's modify it a little bit by just, instead of actually turning from black to white, let's invert things so that way that they'll just go to the opposite color. So I asked it to modify and add the function inverting any color of any text within the section. And I wanted it to use the proper Divi section name, which is ETPB section, to replace the class that it put in there, which was my section. And again, it put it in there, everything went well. But if I go back to that page, we lost all of our text color there. So that didn't work too well. So I put that back again. So I went back to ChatGPT. I said, instead of using a color, use a CSS filter. And again, it came up with some new text. I actually tested that. But what was happening with that one, if I go down to this one down here, is it was working. We still had our text. We still lost our little images or icons up there. But it was actually inverting the text on the dark sections as well, which is what we didn't want. So I went back and I said, now exclude the class of ETPB with background. That's a section that has a background already in it. So that's your custom sections. It will leave them as they are. And again, that worked. Once it had done that, I found I had another little problem. Images. It was inverting the images. So I said, exclude the images. And it came back. That was great. But it was still excluding the icons and the blurb images. So I said, exclude the main blurb images. But I wanted to include the actual icons. So I said, include the class of ETPB icon, which is the Elegant Themes icon code. Finally, it came up with this last bit at the bottom here, which is fine. This didn't take me very long at all. So this is what I'll use to actually build the button. So let's get started. I'm going to go in there. Let's go to a page that hasn't got a button on it already. Let's go to our cards page. I'll enable the visual builder. And let's go down and we'll add a new row. Inside, I'm just going to put one column. I'm going to add a code module, funnily enough, as we've got all this code here. Now that we've got this code, let's see what we've got. Well, at the top here, we've got HTML in the form of a button. Now I'm going to want the button, but it's also created a couple of divs, just so there's an example for the buttons to use. So really, I just want the button bit. Now this is just HTML. So I'm going to grab the button bit, which is from the opening button tag to the closing button tag right there. We'll go back to our page, to our card, and pop that in there. Now the next little piece of code that we've got is the CSS. So I can copy this, go back to our page. Now this is CSS. We're in the code module. We've got to tell it that it's CSS by opening some style tags. That's left pointy bracket, the word style, right pointy bracket, and it'll put a closing tag in for you. The only difference is the closing tag's got a / in front. Great. Now I can copy that CSS, or rather paste that CSS inside our style tags there. Fantastic. And if we go back, our last bit is JavaScript or script. Again, I'm going to copy this code and we'll go back to the page. Underneath the style tags, as this is script, I've got to open some script tags, and that's the same as the style tags but with script. So left pointy bracket, the word script, and right pointy bracket. And in between those two, I can paste my script. And there it is right there. And here's the button it's come up with. It's not very exciting, but it's a button no less. So let's save this and see if it's actually going to work. Go down the bottom, hit save. Let's exit the Visual Builder. And just see what we've got here. Great. Let's turn our background black. We can still see our text that was white, which was black before. And our images are not being affected, which is fantastic. I've got a hover effect on that thing there. But of course that button's not very exciting. So I'd rather have it like one of my Divi buttons. Now there's two ways we can do that. Let's go back into our Visual Builder. We'll go down. Go into the little button itself. Now all we've got here is a button with an ID. We could add some inline style here if we wanted to by adding style after it. Equals, and open some inverted commas. Inside you can put whatever CSS code you want. I'm going to take that away. I'm actually just going to give it a class name. If I go to another page, and let's go down where we've got a button. And we've got a button here. Let's inspect this button. I'm using Google Chrome here with the inspector tools. And there it is. It's got a class of ETPB button. If I copy that, just double clicking on it, Control C to copy. Let's go back to our page. Just before the ID, I'm going to put class equals, open and close some inverted commas, double inverted commas there, put a space at the end. In between the inverted commas, I can paste that class name that we just copied, and it'll turn it into a regular Divi button. The reason mine's purple and blue there, that's how I've got it set up in my customizer. I'll show you that in a moment. And white writing here, toggle background color, is what it says. So let's say light and dark. So we've got a regular Divi button there. Great. Well, of course, this is only going to work on this page here. I want it to work on every page. To get it to work on every page, we really need to put it in a global header or a global footer. Header being the best place because you'll be able to see it all the time. I've got a regular global header up there, so I'll show you how to put it in there. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to save it to my library. I'm going to roll over the dark tab, and the little round icon next to the trash can there is saved to library. And I'm going to call it dark mode. Once it's saved to the library, I don't need it on this page anymore. I can trash that whole row that we created for it. Great. Well, let's just save our changes here. Now let's go down to our dashboard. I'm going to get rid of my inspector. At the dashboard, what I was talking about before, about why my button looked like that, if you go down to Appearance and then Customize, that'll take you to this page here. If we look down, we've got a little drop down called Buttons. If you click on it, here you can set your button style. That's why mine were purple and blue when you hover over them. Set the regular style there and a hover style there. So once you give it that class, it'll take on whatever you've got going on in your custom buttons right here. Now if we get back out of the customizer, we can go down to Divi Theme Builder. Here's my global header. If you don't know how to create one, have a look at one of our videos. We've done plenty in our Divi Basics playlist and other playlists there. Okay, well I've already got a button in there, so I'm going to get rid of that. My header consists of a section. Inside we've got a row with 3 columns, or 2 columns actually. I've just got the Divi menu module there with the logo and menu that I want. And over here, I've got an empty column. So I'm going to hit the button to add a new module. I'm going to add from library because we saved it to our library. There it is, dark mode. If you don't see it there, just refresh the page before you go into the builder. I'm going to go ahead and use this module. I need to pop it down just a little bit and pop it into the middle of that section so that on mobile it'll be centered. So I'm going to go in there. To center it, I'm going to go down to sizing, and I'm going to take the width down to maybe 90% and just pop it in the middle there. Fantastic. And it needs to come down a little bit. So if I close up sizing, we can go into spacing below. Give it a bit of padding on the top. I think I used 15 pixels for the last one, something like that. Adjust it how you need to. But I do need to change something. You won't need to change this if this is the only button you've got. Because I've got several buttons with the same JavaScript, I need to actually go into this button, to the content, and the ID toggle by color. Every time you create a new one, you need to change its name slightly. I've got about 5 different variations, so I'm going to call this one 7. That's in the HTML for the button at the top. And we need to go down to the script if you're going to change it and do a different one. Toggle by color. And again, I'll put a 7 on there so it knows what it's trying to execute. Like I say, if you've only got the one on your site, you're not going to have to do this. This is just because I've been experimenting with this so I can make this video. And I'll put this code in a little downloadable PDF down below for anybody that just wants to download it and play with it. But I would suggest you go to openai.com and try something yourself in ChatGPT. It's a real time saver. It's great fun too. So let's save what we've got here now. We'll save the page changes at the bottom. Let's X out. Make sure everything's changed here. And if we go back to the page, we can exit the visual builder because we saved everything. And if I refresh this page, you won't actually see any difference because I've given the button the same things as before. But let's just make sure it's going to work. There we have it. Let's turn that nice and dark. And on another page. Fantastic. And of course you can flip it back to your heart's desire. So there you go guys, there's how to make a custom light to dark button using the Divi theme and ChatGPT. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. Like I say, have some fun with ChatGPT, it really is good fun to use. And if you're not using it, I guarantee you will be using it in the future. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. Don't forget, if you've got any questions, pop them below the video. I'll do my best to answer them or make a demo video for you if I can. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.